All right, so this is going to be a brief video on how to use the high-speed centrifuge. And more or less it's pretty simple, but there's a couple things you have to pay attention to, otherwise you could damage the device. So when you walk up, chances are good it's not going to be on. There's a switch in the back. You'll have to push it. It will come on. The LED screen will come on, and you'll have to hit the open button, and it will open, and you can push it back so that you can access or see the inside spinner. The main thing to know about the high-speed centrifuge is anytime you use it, the load has to be balanced. If it's not balanced, it's going to bounce around and you can break your centrifuge tubes and damage the device. So to balance it, what you need to do is either be working with someone who has a centrifuge tube which has the same amount of liquid in it as you, or you may have two centrifuge tubes. You need to make sure that both centrifuge tubes have the same amount of liquid in them. There can't be a major discrepancy between the two. The one thing that you do have to be cautious about in terms of balancing the load, unfortunately, we have two different types of centrifuge tubes floating around. We have some newer ones that don't have any labeling on them. There's no graduations. They have a thinner, smaller cap. We have some older ones though that are larger. They're visibly larger, which means they're heavier. And so if you try to balance one of these with the other type, it's not going to balance no matter how hard you try. So you need to pay attention to the pairs of centrifuge tubes that you're using. Make sure that they're the same and that they have the same amount of liquid in them. So when you determine that that's the case, then you'll have to put them in, and they just go directly across from each other, as you would expect to try to balance them. And you can do up to 8 at a time. You just need to balance out the load appropriately. So if you have problems with that, come and find the instructor and ask them to help you with the balancing. But it's pretty straightforward. So you put your load, your centrifuge tubes in there, close it, you'll hit start, and it will start to spin up. And it's all automated, so the amount of time that it spins, the RPMs that it spins, all of that is already automated. It will stop automatically, and I'm not going to let it spin the whole time. I'm just going to hit stop. It will automatically stop when the amount of time that's set has expired, and you'll hear a beep when the centrifuge has stopped spinning. So it's not going to open until it's completely stopped moving. So there's no worries in that. As soon as the lid pops open, you'll be able to get your samples out and move on to the next step. All right, so that's it.